Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Pedro Macias, and today I will be discussing why abstinence only education doesn't work, an evidence based case for comprehensive sex education. Abstinence only education has been common in so many American schools for decades. This approach tells young people to avoid all sexual activity until marriage and often leaves out a comprehensive approach with important information about topics like contraception, STIs, consent, and sexual orientation. Despite receiving millions of dollars in funding and political support since the mid 1990s, abstinence only education has not been effective at all in meeting the real needs of students. Abstinence only education gained popularity with the Title V federal funding in 1996 that gave money to school districts that promoted abstinence until marriage as the expected behavior. This type of sex education, also known as SRAE, sexual risk avoidance education, derived from political and religious beliefs that focused on traditional moral teachings instead of scientific facts. Because of this, many school programs left out important teachings in contraceptive methods, proper use, STI prevention, and healthy relationships. While supporters say that abstinence is the only sure way to prevent and lower teen pregnancy, this view overlooks the complexities, of social, emotional, and biological challenges that young people face today. According to our textbook, Our Sexuality, Chapter 12 deals with this topic on school based education. Comprehensive sex education definitely works better than abstinence only education. Comprehensive sex education treats abstinence as merely one option for youths in a curriculum that provides broad based information about topics such as sexual maturity, contraception, abortion, strategies for effective decision making, and for saying no to unwanted sex, STIs, relationship issues, and sexual orientation. In abstinence only programs, youths are instructed to abstain from sex until marriage, and discussions of contraception are either prohibited entirely or permitted only to emphasize the alleged shortcomings of birth control methods. Additionally, evidence shows that abstinence only education does not meet its goals. A major study by Congress found no significant differences in sexual activity or contraceptive use between students who received abstinence only education and those who did not. States that focused on abstinence only programs usually had higher teen birth rates than those that provide sex comprehensive education. Here are some statistics, some charts that back up these findings. The CDC supports comprehensive sex education as a more effective way to reduce teen pregnancy and the spread of STIs. According to a review from Columbia University's Mailman School of Public Health, abstinence only programs do not work and can even harm public health. These programs completely ignore the real experiences of teenagers and often lead to worse health outcomes. The United States has the highest rate of teen pregnancies still and STIs among developed countries. This problem is linked to the narrow focus on abstinence based education. Here's another chart indicating teen pregnancies in all 50 states. This chart here, this chart here is developed among developed nations. We can see the US, again, way higher than the rest of the world in developed countries. A visual analysis plus one proves that abstinence only education does not, in fact, reduce teen pregnancies or births. It actually makes them worse. Teens need honest, complete science based sex education to make informed decisions and choices. This data shows that withholding comprehensive sexual health education and information does not reduce teen sexual, does not reduce teen sexual activity at all. It actually increases it. Besides being ineffective, abstinence only education can be harmful. It often creates shame, it spreads misinformation, especially among LGBTQ students who may feel their identities are rejected by these programs. By not discussing consent, things like gender identity, emotional health, abstinence only education fails to give students the knowledge they need to navigate relationships safely. As a result, young people may engage in sexual activity without the confidence or understanding to protect themselves. On the other hand, comprehensive sex education offers a well rounded approach. It teaches accurate and age appropriate information about contraception, STI prevention, consent, sexual orientation, and healthy communication. These programs help delay sexual activity, reduce the number of partners, and increase contraception use when students do become sexually active. They also create respectful and inclusive environments within schools, making them a safer place for everyone. To move away from abstinence only education, we need to make a lot of changes. First, we need to redirect federal and state funding from abstinence only programs. Second, we need national standards to ensure all students receive accurate and inclusive education, regardless of where they live, their economic status, and so forth. Third, we should engage parents and communities in open discussions about the benefits of comprehensive education and to reduce cultural resistance. Finally, we must train and support educators to deliver this material carefully and professionally. A good example of progress being made in Illinois is the REACH Act, passed in 2021, which stands for Responsible Education for Adolescent and Children's Health. This law requires inclusive and comprehensive sex education in public schools. The REACH Act shows how new laws can help transition from outdated abstinence only models to education that truly prepares young students to become responsible adults. Students seem to be more engaged and comfortable with this type of material so far, which leads to eventually long-term public health benefits. So we can see that the students are more receptive to comprehensive education models. So I close with this. Abstinence only education is outdated, period, and does not meet the needs of today's youth. The evidence is clear. You've seen it for yourself. Comprehensive sex education is far more effective, inclusive, and better for overall public health. To protect and empower the next generation, we must rethink our commitment to rid of abstinence only models and implement a more complete and evidence based comprehensive approach to produce positive results for our students and the next society of adults. We thank you. I would thank you. I'd like to thank you personally for joining me in this discussion today. May you be blessed and healthy and prosperous, and we'll see you in the next one.